All right, game number 3 in a best of 3 between the Mighty Goats and Snitches Get Stitches. This one is for the win. Only one team is going to go away with the victory, and we are jumping right into the draft. Snitches Get Stitches gets that first pick, first ban. Are we going to see a Greymane again? Greymane's pretty good on this map. Not as good as some of the others, but still not bad here. So would not be surprised if we saw that ban again. Maybe we'll see some Kerrigan play. Hard to tell. There's a lot of different ways you can go on this map. Jumping right into that Greymane game ban. Alright. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to see a Genji ban again. But let's see. Just because they've banned Genji first 2 games in a row doesn't mean they're going to still ban Genji first. Pretty sure it does, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. And maybe they aren't, because they are taking their time with this ban. And last time both Genji picks were like bam, just instant bans. So let's see. Maybe we won't see the instant Genji ban here. Alright. We're going to see an Ario ban instead. Okay. That's... Now that Genji's open, Snitches Get Stitches. Are you guys going to first pick the Genji? Decisions, boys. You got to make one and just pull the trigger and go. Let's see. Taking their time, really thinking about it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the Dahaka again here. Having Dahaka on this map can actually be crazy good. But there it is. We are going to see the Genji first pick. Mighty Goat saying, it's cool, we'll let you have Genji this game. I'm not sure that was what they wanted. But they're doing it, and the Mighty Goats are going to go ahead and first pick the Uther. They like Uther as a healer. They're going to keep him. Let's see what we get next. Uther. You know what I really like here? I love Diablo as a tank, and this is the map for him. It's got so many walls and so many places you can just charge people and knock them on their sock. Just crunch them against the wall and stun them and flip them and then knock them against another wall post 16. Like Diablo, this is my map for Diablo. I would love to see one of these two teams go there. And at least we're going to see a mouth heal this game. Along with the choke points that super help Diablo here, they also create small pockets of area where everybody has to gather and team fight. And that's where mouth heal is strongest. We're obviously not going to see a Stukov with that Uther, but I think Malthiel and Stukov can't be under, what's the word I'm looking for? Underestimated. Simply because that silence is pretty strong in helping Malthiel just get even more value. So that's also a good way to do it. We'll have to see how it goes. All right, Rhaegar and New Barak. I like it. It's a little interesting. Nobody's done any globals yet. It'll be also interesting to see who ends up being the solo laner for each team, as nobody's picked a solo laner yet. Decisions. Who do you ban? They have everything they need. It's really difficult to ban out a DPS here, right? Like, it's really difficult to do that. So it'll be interesting to see who they end up banning. Gul'dan is the ban choice. All right. Not sure Gul'dan was the way to go. Unless they're Genji players, they're Vala player. Their Vala has done a good amount of damage to you every game so far. And now you've let them have Genji plus a Vala possibly. I wouldn't mind seeing that picked up. Or even a Lunara. Okay. I like that. The Mighty Goats has picked Arthas pretty much every game, and they currently do not have a warrior. So I like that ban. It doesn't leave a whole lot open, or a whole lot closed, right? There's still a ton of warriors that can be picked up here. But by taking away the Arthas, you limit the number of choices. So I like that. I like that a lot. That could work quite well. You take away something that you know Mighty Goats is already comfortable with. And the Mighty Goats taking their time now. And that may be a direct result of losing the Arthas. Not sure what they want to pick up here. But time is up, and they got to lock something in. So, Johanna, Alarak. All right. Okay. What? Cho'Gall, baby. Oh, I love me some Cho'Gall games. Oh, man. All right. You can pick up. You can still pick up a Tychus here, or you can pick up a Leoric. I actually like Leoric better, given the draft that the Mighty Goats has, especially when you consider if you can entomb them with Leoric, and then follow up with Malthael just going in and going ham, and Alarak, and then Johanna, maybe she can Blessed Shield out of there. There's enough control if you go Leoric here, or Uther Divine Storm would be even better, that, like, you can absolutely make something happen. So I definitely like the Leoric, but the Zeratul has me surprised, but okay. Alright, we'll see how this plays out. That is not the pick I would have gone with, but that's okay. I'm not playing this game. I'm just casting it. Sending the video game across the internet to spectators. I would almost say all over the world, but I'm pretty sure it's just in NA. So, that's alright. Here we go. Gonna go ahead and load into this. The final game in our series tonight. The Mighty Goats versus Snitches Get Stitches. Currently tied at 1 game apiece. For the blue team, the Mighty Goats, we have G.O.A.T on the Zeratul, Womack on the Johanna, Death on the Alarak, Erzuris on the Uther, and Unknown on the Malthael. And then over to Snitches Get Stitches on the red team. We have Majesty playing the Genji, Andorian and Arena on the Cho and the Gaul, respectively. Spectrama on the Rhaegar, and Speedymon on the Anubarak. I love Cho'Gall games because you don't know what's going to happen. And a Cho'Gall game with an Anubarak, even better. So let's see how they line up. It'll be interesting to see if they just rotate as 4 and they send Genji maybe top lane or bottom lane. Or maybe they send Anubarak to solo. Actually, I kind of like the Anubarak soloing better. Beetles will help. with that soloing. Genji going agile dismount, which is the normal choice there. Let's see how this shakes out, as we are going to get a 5-on-5 in the middle lane right away. And Cho'Gall can be a beast, like, from the beginning. So this should be interesting. Cho'Gall not even messing around, just going straight in. Ooh, silence coming out, and Cho'Gall about 60% health. Showing that the Mighty Goats can and will damage Cho'Gall if possible. We do have Genji rotating into the top lane as a solo. Looks like a Nubrak going bottom lane. Maybe we're going to see a 3-man split here instead of a rotation. It does look like that's what we're going to get. So top lane, we are going to have Genji versus Zeratul. Bottom lane, it looks like a Nubrak versus Alarak. But there are some rotations coming on, as now we do have Malathiel in the bottom lane, but Rhaegar rotating down around to help out the Nubrak. Alarak going mid. Uther now bottom lane. Everybody kind of moving around, trying to figure out which place they want to put all of their various pieces. And Johanna taking a ton of damage from this Cho'Gall, though, as Alarak moves up to help Zeratul possibly kill this Genji. So I like this split. Uther being in the bottom lane by himself reminds me of something Dreadnought said once. If your healer is split soaking, you have lost the video game. That is not the situation you want to be in. Cho'Gall working down the structure. A Nubrak pushing in on Uther. Now Malthiel's down there to try and keep a Nubrak back on his side of the map. And out comes the first shrine, and it will be a Mortar Punisher. And man, not messing around. Snitches get Stitches off to an immediate 10-15 skeletal defender lead, like almost in seconds. 20-0, and now we have the Mighty Goats moving in, and it looks like we're gonna have a fight over this shrine. Alarak getting a decent amount of value there, but as is a Nubrak, and Genji really low, Cho'Gall really low, and Rhaegar trying to heal that Cho'Gall up as quickly as he can. So even though they were at 20-0, it looks like we are going to have the Mighty Goats catching up pretty quickly, as they are now at 20 versus 25 and still killing. While the rest of Snitches get Stitches B or go and hit the fountain. 28-28, both teams are there looking to actually have a fight. Malthiel just having a heyday on Cho'Gall, causing lots of damage across the entire team. 32-30, and Rhaegar goes down first, followed by a Nubrak. I think that's going to cause the rest of Snitches get Stitches to back out. But no, Cho'Gall going in saying, that's all right, I want some of this. Not going to matter. Mortar Punisher is going over to the Mighty Goats. Both Cho'Gall and Genji behind the wall looking to defend against this Punisher. Out comes Cho'Gall's damage, pulling the Punisher over the wall and allowing Cho'Gall to bait it back a little bit further. But Mighty Goats moving in already, looking to maybe see if they can't capitalize on this Punisher being over the wall. Not going to be able to do it, and that should at least be the, death of the fort wall in the mid lane. And back to Soak. But the structural takedowns on the side of Mighty Goats is going to give them about a full level lead right now. 6-5 with 2 kills, plus the front wall down mid lane. They're looking good right now. I'm worried about what happens when we hit 7 and finally 10. Rhaegar coming in, looking to do damage, not realizing Zeratul's right there. Not going to matter though. Zeratul not able to do enough damage to scare off Rhaegar or a Nubrak. But, I thought we were going to get a 4-man rotate there. No. Cho'Gall still doing damage against this front wall in that mid lane. One tower is now down. The wall itself pretty low. Malthiel taking a good chunk of damage from the Cho'Gall. Lots going on in that middle lane and bottom lane. We still have Genji versus Uther. I gotta, all right, guys, if you're like a division 2 or 3 team, or even a 1 team, like, don't split soak your healer. Send anybody down there. Don't leave your healer solo. Like, you got nobody that can heal you at all. And if he suffers from a bad rotation and dies, you're really hosed on the next whatever objective pops on the map. So just please, for the love of all that's holy, don't let your healer split soak for you. It never ends well. And we do have a top shrine spawning. Looks like we're gonna have 5-10 seconds. I like the timing on the side of the Mighty Goats. They have a fallen shaman camp pushing. Unfortunately for them, the shrine that popped was the top one, where the fallen shaman camp is already pushing and everybody's making their way up to. However, with all that said, it is an arcane punisher. Cho'Gall just walked into a nice little ambush, taking a good amount of damage. I don't know that he's gonna die, but it is possible. Oh, he may go down here. Malthael able to finish off the Cho'Gall. Zeratul really low, but able to escape. And a lot of damage now coming out onto that Genji, who is going to be able to barely escape. So the Cho'Gall kill was well timed. Unfortunately, I don't know how much the Mighty Goats are going to be able to capitalize on it. It does help them maintain their lead. They are level 9 versus level 8, but Anub'arak starting this Punisher for Snitches Get Stitches. Not sure he's going to be able to do much in there, though, since he is the only one. Rhaegar's near him, but not with him. In comes the Cho'Gall, though, and suddenly this is a 5-on-5. Cho'Gall taking a bunch of damage again. Oh, Malthael just getting tons of value against him. And the shrine has spawned. 7 skeletal defenders to 5. Looks like Uther might think about just starting it up solo, but no, coming back down, trying to heal, stunning out the Cho'Gall and making sure the rest of his team is okay. Looks like we do have the Mighty Goats making a smart decision here, trying to soak 10. Not quite going to be able to do it with that minion wave, but the trickle XP may actually get them 10, which it does indeed do. And now, Snitches Get Stitches need to back out and just soak. Oh, and out comes the Void Prison. This could be great for Mighty Goats, looking to do a huge wombo there. Oh, Malthael pops his ultimate and is looking to kill Cho'Gall here. Cho'Gall is body blocked and dead. Followed. Oh, Rhaegar so low, as is Anub'arak, but both are going to be able to escape. Rhaegar having to be, and this should be the Punisher, Arcane Punisher no less, going over to the Mighty Goats as they clear the skeletal defenders relatively rapidly and continue to soak this top lane. Uther going to go ahead and B to refill his mana and join the team. He did go Divine Shield. I was hoping for a Divine Storm, but we did get Divine Shield. I like this. All right. Mighty Goats stopping at 39. Well done. That gives Uther time to get back. You can kill one skeletal defender pretty quickly, and this will allow Uther to be here for your push in this top lane. Over the wall, the Punisher goes. Stunning 2 instead of 1. And in comes the Mighty Goats looking to see if they can't secure a kill. After the Punisher doing what he does best, jumping around and stunning everybody. Genji going into the back lane, taking a ton of damage. Punisher down, wall is broken. Arcane, excuse me. Ancestral healing going out. Not sure why I was calling that arcane. For some reason it got stuck in my head. But Void Prison coming out again, and the rest of Mighty Goats looking to capitalize again. And here we go. Tons of damage going on to the Rhaegar. He's going to go down. Malthael, of course, getting cocooned to try and stop the damage. Did save Cho'Gall, but not able to save the Rhaegar. And now I expect we'll see some rotations, some soaking, and some camp pickups. Mighty Goat still about a full level lead on Snitches Get Stitches. Uther back to solo soaking bottom, but it looks like he may actually be joined this time by the Zeratul for a second. Genji looking for the Uther, not able to capitalize on that, but down comes Anubarak. And if Anubarak waits for the right moment, they may be able to pick this Uther off here. But Anubarak walking away, even with the Rhaegar. Alright, looks like they're just going to take this mid camp instead. Cho'Gall being annoying in that top lane, putting some pressure on the front wall as he takes part of it down. And the shrine is going to be in bottom lane. So the two siege camps mid lane will actually get a little bit of value here for Snitches Get Stitches. Or not, the shrine wasn't up early enough, and looks like, oh, Cho'Gall got picked off in the top lane. What? What? I'm gonna have to watch that in replay because I have no idea what just happened there. That was a good kill for the Mighty Goats, though, no matter how that happened. And quickly, Mighty Goats is taking a huge advantage in the skeletal defender count, already sitting on 20 defenders killed. That's going to allow them to get this Punisher. Even though it's frozen, it will do a decent amount of damage and probably get the fort at this point with the at least full level lead that they currently have over the boys in Snitches Get Stitches. Out comes the Punisher. I really should stop saying boys. I'm relatively certain Gall is actually a female and not a male, so I apologize if you are. Out come the stuns and the roots. Damage going out again. Snitches Get Stitches. D-shield out, and that's going to be a dead Rhaegar. Dead Zeratul for a trade 1-for-1, but the Void Prison is down, and that's going to cost Anubarak his life. And possibly Cho'Gall, but it looks like he is going to be able to escape along with the Genji. 2-for-1 trade, and that's going to be the bottom lane fort going over to the Mighty Goats. Putting them well on their way to level 16. Looks like they're going to be happy with what they got. Go ahead and back out, clear this camp, and look to put more pressure on Snitches Get Stitches. The only camps currently available are the camps for Snitches Get Stitches. So we are going to see a nice little invade. Oh, that is a dead. Oh my god. Escaping with the slivers of his health. Genji does escape. Cocoon used to keep Malthael from solo killing Anubarak, but no follow-up. So out comes the Malthael. And that's going to be a nice 60-second cooldown for Anubarak. And should actually be this middle fort going over to the Mighty Goats. Indeed, that fort does go down. And with this cannon tower being out of ammo, that'll be made quick work of as well. Now, if I were the Mighty Goats, I would probably push this advantage I had, 16 versus 14. Especially with Void Prison and all the rest of my heroics being up. I would love to see Zeratul try and look for a place to engage. But instead, it looks like we're going to go top lane and clear the Fallen Shaman camp so that the Mighty Goats can keep as many structures as possible. But while they're doing that, Snitches Get Stitches invading the siege camp of the Mighty Goats and allowing that to push on the middle lane as well. Zeratul looking for an engage. And this might be the place. But no damage coming out, but nothing actually done. No follow-up at all there. Zeratul trying to find a good spot for his Void Prison. But with Cho'Gall popping that Eye of Kilrog pretty quick, Zeratul spotted and not able to sneak in and drop it. There it is, though. 4-man Void Prison. Well, 5 if you count Cho and Gall. And out comes the damage. Oh, that silence was killer. That's going to be a dead Rhaegar. Cho'Gall is taking a lot of mouthfeel damage. And Anub'arak has to cocoon the Malthael again. Uther taking a bunch of damage now as well. Out comes Malthael and down goes Genji. Maybe. No! Genji barely escaping with his life again. No! He does go down. As does Anub'arak. So, the only one left alive is Cho'Gall. No fort in the mid lane where we are going to see this Punisher push. And this should be a free Punisher going over to the Mighty Goats. They still have their talent tier lead, 17 versus 15, almost 18 now. And Malthael up in that top lane soaking what he can while the rest of the players in the Mighty Goats finish off this Punisher. Cho'Gall had to do something, so he went down bottom lane and grabbed a couple of Siege Giants. It was a good decision. Leaving. Oh, I like this a lot. Mighty Goats leaving the shrine at 37. Johanna trying to make it 39 exactly. While they grab their fallen shaman camp in the top lane so that can push in the top while they push in the mid lane with this Punisher. That's even better than the 39 Uther quick go back and Hearth. Malthael clearing out the bottom lane where these Siege Giants are. I like the decision making we're seeing out of the Mighty Goats at this point. Out comes a Mortar Punisher in the mid lane. Anub'arak and Genji, and it looks like Rhaegar's in there too, looking to possibly do a little ambush here of their own. Oh, but spotted out by Johanna's little rotating hammer of doom, and they're gonna have to run away, but they may not have that option. Oh, Rhaegar in a really bad place here. And taking lots of damage. 2 stuns come out. Oh, so low down he goes. And that is a great kill. Unfortunately, Malthael again got cocooned. But that's okay. So unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, because we had the Mighty Goats chasing down the guys in Snitches Get Stitches, the keep was not taken. However, the top lane fort was taken by that fallen shaman camp, which was a bonus for Mighty Goats. They are currently sitting 19 versus 16, and they're definitely getting 21st. Need to look to capitalize on these talent tier advantages that they have. Invading the top lane fallen shaman camp of Snitches Get Stitches, looking to put some pressure on them. The Mighty Goats making lots of decisions and in the driver's seat right now, but Uther is oh so low and may end up going down after that D-shield wears off. Ooh, but Johanna getting called out as well. She may be down here indeed. Johanna going down, and that was the start of the kills that Snitches Get Stitches need to get. They secured their own shaman camp, so that's now pushing top lane, and they're looking to make it a comeback. Through sheer will of Cho'Gall and his ranged attacks, walls have gone down in multiple lanes. So they can approach attacking a fort if given the opportunity. And it looks like we're going to see a fort go down right here in the middle lane. Mighty Goats finally losing a fort to Snitches Get Stitches. That's going to help and turns it into 18 versus 19. But 20 should be online here for the Mighty Goats when they roll up to the top shrine. Shrine available, but Snitches get Stitches. Not really heading up there looking to make something happen in this bottom lane anyway. I like that decision. You're not 20. If you go up to that shrine, you're probably going to go down. Looks like Cho'Gall really wants to go to that shrine. I don't know, man. You're still down a full level, 20 versus 19. I'm not sure you guys want to take this fight, but Snitches get Stitches is certainly looking like they might want to do so. Out comes the Void Prison, looking to get some kills. 3 men in it. Out comes Malathiel's ult, and the damage is being done. Cho'Gall goes down almost instantly. Wow. Deleted. That's a dead Rhaegar, and I don't know that that Stitches get Stitches can defend this at this point. Anubarak getting really low, able to escape. And Genji also taking a decent chunk of damage, but escapes. Zeratul continuing to clear the skeletal defenders. They are at 30, and the rest of the Mighty Goats working on this front wall. Everything that the Goats are doing is the right way to handle this. Front wall will be down. Keep will be exposed. In will come a Arcane Punisher, and that could actually finish the game here. All right, here we go. In it comes. This could be the fight to end it all. However, 20 right around the corner for Snitches get Stitches. There it is. They can engage here with their 20 tier talents if they pick them out. Lots of abilities being used here, and Burn trying to get everybody either killed in one way or the other. But that Punisher still half health, still going in, and he's looking to do damage to the core. We do have a Anubarak going down, but we really need to see a kill on Rhaegar in order for the Mighty Goats to win. Shield's still up on the core. Void Prison out. This could be the death of Cho'Gall, but no. He escapes. Ancestral Healing goes out. Tons of value, Ancestral Healing, Cho'Gall. But the core at 50% and still falling. This still could be game going over to the Mighty Goats. 20% still falling. Punisher just went down. Alarak down, but it's not going to matter. That's going to be game number 3, going over to the Mighty Goats and ending the series 2-1.